In life, we often encounter people who are always strong and resilient, no matter how challenging the circumstances. They appear to have discovered the secret to overcoming difficulties without being defeated. On the other hand, there are those who, despite their best efforts, still find themselves trapped in a cycle of weakness and stagnation. So, what creates this difference? It's not due to grand actions or significant events, but rather the daily habits that seem harmless but are quietly eroding our inner strength. These habits act like invisible chains, binding and preventing us from reaching our true potential. But have you ever wondered if these habits trap you? Let's delve deeper into the 10 hidden habits that might weaken you daily. With the help of Stoic philosophy, a timeless source of wisdom, you will discover strategies to overcome them, opening a new path filled with strength and confidence. Are you ready to break free from these invisible chains and move towards a more meaningful and fulfilling life? Keep reading to find out. Habit 1. Avoiding challenges. Avoiding challenges may offer temporary safety, but in the long run, it only weakens us. When faced with difficulties, many people tend to withdraw instead of confront them, a habit that quietly hinders our growth and development. Challenges are not merely obstacles to overcome but opportunities to explore and expand our potential. Imagine you are offered a promotion at work, but the new position comes with more responsibilities and challenges you've never faced before. Instead of seizing this opportunity, you stay in your comfort zone, fearing failure. This decision may help you avoid immediate pressure, but you miss opportunities to learn, grow, and prove your capabilities in the long run. Stoic philosophy encourages us to embrace challenges as an essential part of life. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most famous Stoic philosophers, once said, "The obstacle is the way." This means that our challenges will strengthen us and help us progress on our personal development journey. Challenges are not just negative things we must overcome, but valuable lessons. When we face and overcome challenges, we prove our abilities and build confidence and patience. For example, athletes can only excel by pushing themselves beyond physical and mental limits. Every time they overcome an obstacle, they move closer to their goal. Instead of avoiding small challenges like participating in a complex project or facing a tough conversation, see them as opportunities to learn and grow. Ask yourself, what's the worst that can happen, and what can I learn from this situation? The courage to face challenges will open new doors and help you continuously improve. In the end, avoiding challenges doesn't bring the safety we think it does. It only keeps us stagnant, hindering our growth and flourishing. Remember, life is not about avoiding difficulties, but how we face and overcome them. By embracing challenges, we discover new capabilities within ourselves and live a life of meaning and achievement. Habit 2. Negative self-talk. In difficult moments of life, we often become our own worst enemy. Negative self-talk, such as "I'm not good enough" or "I'll fail," can creep into our minds, creating invisible barriers that prevent us from reaching our true potential. These are not just fleeting thoughts, but deeply ingrained habits that erode our confidence and motivation. Reflect on a situation where you told yourself you couldn't do something. Perhaps it was when you wanted to participate in a big competition but gave up early because you believed you weren't capable. As a result, you missed an opportunity to challenge yourself and learn from the experience. Negative self-talk drains our energy and determination and keeps us from stepping out of our comfort zones to explore what we are truly capable of. Stoic philosophy emphasizes that our thoughts shape our emotions and actions. A Stoic philosopher, Epictetus, once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This means that if we change our thinking, we can change our response to life. Instead of dwelling on negative thoughts, try transforming them into positive affirmations. When facing a challenge, instead of thinking, "I can't do this," tell yourself, "I will do my best and learn from this experience." Small changes in how we talk to ourselves can make a big difference, helping us overcome difficulties and unlock our true potential. For example, when you encounter a difficult task in your daily work, don't be discouraged. Instead, think about previous times when you successfully solved complex problems. Remember, every challenge is an opportunity to grow. With determination and a change in self-talk, you'll find the strength to face any challenge. Finally, always remember that how we speak to ourselves shapes our lives. Negative self-talk diminishes our self-worth and limits what we can achieve. So, start changing today, cultivate positive thoughts, and open new doors to confidence and success. Habit 3. Procrastination. Procrastination, though it may seem like a small action, can significantly impact our lives. It's not just about delaying tasks. It's about refusing to take action, which means missing opportunities to grow and change. Stoic philosophy teaches us that living fully in the present is crucial because time is our most valuable asset. Imagine you are a sculptor. Every day, you need to make just one small cut to complete a beautiful statue. If you procrastinate, the work will drag on forever, and the statue will never be finished. Life is the same. Every time you procrastinate, you slow down your journey to success. A specific example is when you have a significant project at school or work, and instead of starting immediately, you decide to begin tomorrow. But then tomorrow becomes the next day, and so on, until the deadline is near, and you feel stressed and overwhelmed. This not only makes you miss the chance to do your best, but also creates a cycle of anxiety and disappointment. Stoic philosophy encourages us to act in the present, overcoming fear and anxiety to seize opportunities. Instead of letting procrastination control your life, ask yourself, what can I do right now to get closer to my goal? Remember, every minute that passes is an opportunity to grow, and taking immediate action is the only way to break free from the invisible chains of procrastination. Habit 4. Excessive materialism. When materialism becomes the primary focus in life, it can lead us down a never-ending path of dissatisfaction and anxiety. In today's society, where a person's value is often measured by what they own, many people fall into the trap of accumulating material wealth to achieve happiness and fulfillment. However, the things we own do not truly bring lasting joy. Think about when you bought a new item, a new phone, an expensive outfit, or a luxury car. Initially, the excitement and satisfaction were evident, but this feeling quickly faded, and you began looking for the following item to fill that void. This creates a cycle of shopping and consumption, but you still feel empty in the end. Stoic philosophy teaches us that true happiness does not come from accumulating wealth, but from being content with what we already have and focusing on deeper spiritual values. Seneca, one of the most famous Stoic philosophers, once said, "True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future." This reminds us that inner peace doesn't depend on material possessions, but on how we perceive and enjoy life. A clear example is during the pandemic when many realized the material things they once desired became less critical. Instead, they began to value things like love, family, and inner peace. This clearly shows that happiness doesn't lie in how much we own, but in how we can appreciate and enjoy what we already have. Challenge yourself by temporarily refraining from unnecessary shopping and focusing on what truly matters. Reflect on what you truly cherish, such as relationships with loved ones, health, or memorable experiences. As you shift your focus from material to non-material values, you'll find that life becomes more prosperous and more meaningful. Finally, the relentless pursuit of materialism drains our resources and takes away the time and energy that could be used to develop ourselves and enjoy life. Remember, the most valuable treasures are not the things we can hold, but the experiences, spiritual values, and genuine relationships we nurture. Habit 5. Dwelling on past mistakes. The past is a part of life, and mistakes are inevitable. However, constantly dwelling on past mistakes drains our energy and hinders our progress. Obsessed with what has happened keeps us trapped in a loop of regret and pain, unable to enjoy the present or build a future. Think of a time when you made a significant mistake, perhaps at work or in a relationship. Instead of learning from it and moving forward, you let yourself be consumed by guilt and shame. Every time you remember that mistake, it feels like a heavy burden, taking away your joy and confidence. This habit affects your mental well-being and hinders your ability to make positive and decisive decisions. Stoic philosophy emphasizes that while the past cannot be changed, how we view and learn from it can. Epictetus, one of the great Stoic philosophers, once said, "The wise man does not grieve for what he does not have, but rejoices in what he has left." This means that instead of dwelling on what's lost, we should focus on what we still have and the valuable lessons learned from our mistakes. A clear example is when you get fired from a job. Instead of being consumed by feelings of failure and self-blame, view it as an opportunity to reassess your career goals and explore new paths. Many people have turned their past mistakes or failures into motivation to change and achieve more tremendous success. The courage to let go of the past and focus on the future is the key to moving forward. To overcome the habit of dwelling on mistakes, practice self-forgiveness. Remind yourself that you are not perfect and that everyone makes mistakes. What's important is what you've learned from the experience and how to avoid repeating it in the future. Forgiving yourself not only frees your soul, but also opens up new opportunities for growth and self-improvement. In the end, remember that mistakes are an essential part of growth. Don't let the past dictate your present and future. Instead, see each mistake as a valuable lesson, helping you grow and become stronger. When you learn to let go and move forward, you'll find peace within and the strength to face any challenges life throws your way. Habit 6. Inability to manage negative emotions. Negative emotions are an unavoidable part of life. We all experience moments of anger, anxiety, or sadness. However, how we deal with these emotions is what truly matters. If we let them control us, we can be swept into a spiral of stress and suffering, worsening things. But if we learn to manage them, we can turn negative emotions into a driving force for personal growth. Think about a time when you faced a significant failure in life. You might have felt unfortunate and angry, letting those emotions cloud your judgment and make everything seem worse. Instead of finding a way to learn from and move forward from that failure, you get stuck in pain and disappointment, making things even more difficult. Stoic philosophy teaches us that it's not the events or situations that happen to us that determine our emotions, but how we respond to them. A well-known Stoic philosopher, Epictetus, once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This reminds us that we can control our emotions by changing how we perceive and respond to life's events. For example, when you feel anxious about an important work project, try to see it as an opportunity to showcase your abilities instead of letting it stress you out and distract you. Instead of what could go wrong, focus on what you can do to ensure the project's success. Shifting this mindset turns anxiety into motivation, pushing yourself to work harder and prepare more thoroughly. Another way to manage negative emotions is by practicing acceptance and letting go. Instead of trying to control everything around you, learn to accept the things you can't change. When you accept that some things are beyond your control, you'll feel lighter and can focus on what truly matters. This reduces stress and helps you develop patience and compassion for yourself. Managing negative emotions doesn't mean denying or suppressing them, but learning to face and transform them. When you master your emotions, you'll find peace and the ability to face any challenges in life. Remember, negative emotions only have power over you when you let them. Learning to control them makes you stronger and live a more balanced, happier life. Habit 7. Seeking external validation. In today's highly competitive and pressured world, seeking external validation has become a hard habit for many people to break. We often feel that we are only truly valuable when we receive praise or recognition from others. However, relying on others' evaluations to define our self-worth makes us dependent and weakens our confidence and autonomy. Imagine you are working hard to complete an important project. Still, instead of focusing on the quality of your work and personal satisfaction, you are only waiting for praise from your boss or colleagues. When that recognition doesn't come as expected, you may feel disappointed, insecure, and doubt your abilities. Relying on external feedback diminishes your confidence and makes you vulnerable to criticism or indifference from others. Stoic philosophy advises us to focus on internal values and affirm our worth rather than waiting for recognition from others. Seneca, a Stoic philosopher, once said, "Your happiness should not depend on things you cannot control." This means we should build our confidence and self-worth from within, based on the principles and values we hold dear, rather than letting others decide our value. A good example is when you engage in charitable activities or volunteer work. If you do these things only to gain societal recognition, you will quickly feel disappointed when others don't notice. But if you carry out these actions for the joy and value they bring, you'll feel fulfilled and proud, even if no one else knows or applauds you. Practice evaluating your success based on your standards and goals instead of waiting for external recognition. Ask yourself, am I satisfied with what I've done? And did I achieve the goals I set for myself? By self-assessing and affirming your worth, you will become more confident and less affected by others' praise or criticism. In the end, external validation can bring temporary satisfaction, but only when you find value from within can you achieve long-lasting confidence and peace. Remember, your worth is not in what others think, but how you perceive and evaluate yourself. When you learn to love and trust yourself, you will no longer depend on external validation and can live a meaningful and self-assured life. Habit 8. Lack of personal discipline. Personal discipline is the foundation of all success, but unfortunately, it's a habit that many people easily overlook. Lack of personal discipline makes it difficult to achieve goals and weakens willpower and self-control. As a result, we easily succumb to short-term temptations, miss out on significant opportunities, and fail to live a meaningful life. Imagine you set a goal to wake up early every day to exercise. However, after a few days, you start allowing yourself to sleep in, thinking, just 5 more minutes. But then those 5 minutes turn into half an hour, and eventually, skipping the workout altogether. This breaks the good habit you've worked hard to build and diminishes your confidence in your ability to control yourself. Lack of personal discipline leads to delays and, at times, failure to achieve what we desire. Stoic philosophy and the teachings of great philosophers like Epictetus emphasize that personal discipline is not just about following a plan or schedule, but about cultivating willpower and adhering to your principles. Epictetus once said, "True freedom is in self-mastery." This means that only when we master ourselves can we enjoy freedom and achieve sustainable success. A clear example is in managing personal finances. If you lack discipline in spending and saving, you will quickly fall into debt and fail to achieve long-term financial goals. On the other hand, disciplined people who regularly track their expenses, stick to a budget, and invest wisely will gradually build a solid financial foundation, providing peace of mind and economic freedom. Personal discipline also plays a crucial role in pursuing long-term goals such as studying, career development, or improving health. A person who lacks discipline may easily give up when faced with difficulties, while a disciplined person will persevere and keep striving because they know that every small step brings them closer to their ultimate goal. To cultivate personal discipline, establish small, easily achievable daily habits. For example, if you want to improve your health, begin by dedicating 10 minutes each day to exercise instead of setting overly ambitious goals that are hard to maintain. As this small habit becomes a part of your life, you can gradually increase the intensity and duration, building a disciplined and healthy lifestyle. In the end, a lack of personal discipline diminishes your ability to achieve goals and leaves you feeling insecure and easily lost. Conversely, when you have personal discipline, you control yourself and create a structured, meaningful, and successful life. Start with small daily actions, maintain discipline, and persevere on your path. You will find that each step brings positive results and helps you move closer to the life you desire. Habit 9. Lack of clear goals. One of the reasons many people feel lost in life is because they need clear goals. Without goals, it's like steering a ship without a destination. You'll be swept away by the current, drifting aimlessly without knowing where you're going. Goals not only provide direction, but also create the motivation to keep striving and growing. Imagine you're trying to climb a mountain, but don't know where the peak is and have no plan to get there. Each step becomes vague and discouraging because you can't see the final reward. Similarly, when you lack specific goals, you're easily distracted, lose focus, and lack the motivation to overcome challenges. Stoic philosophy and many other teachings have shown that setting clear goals is the foundation of a meaningful life. A famous Stoic philosopher, Marcus Aurelius, once said, "Clarify what is important to you, and don't let yourself be distracted by what's not." This reminds us that when we know what we want, we can focus all our energy on achieving it, and every step becomes meaningful. A good example is in education. If you study simply because you feel you have to, without clear goals like earning a degree or mastering a specific skill, you'll quickly lose motivation and give up. But if you set specific goals, such as getting high marks in an upcoming exam or mastering a new language in 6 months, you'll have a clear direction and know how to achieve it. Setting goals doesn't have to start with big, ambitious goals immediately. Start with small, measurable, and achievable goals in a short time. When you achieve a small goal, you'll feel more confident and motivated to continue pursuing larger goals. For example, if you want to improve your health, instead of just saying, "I want to be healthier," set specific goals like, "I will exercise 3 times a week," or "I will lose 5 kilograms in the next 3 months." These specific goals will help you create a clear action plan and give you a sense of accomplishment each time you get closer to achieving them. Ultimately, a life without clear goals will become vague and lack motivation. On the other hand, when you identify what you truly want to achieve and set specific goals, your life will become more meaningful, and you will feel more confident when facing challenges. Take the time to think about what matters to you, set clear goals, and start your journey. Only then will you truly experience the power and joy that come from your accomplishments. Habit 10. Ignoring the happiness of others. In modern life, we often get so caught up in pursuing personal goals that we forget the importance of caring about the happiness of others. Excessive focus on oneself can lead to feelings of isolation and even emptiness, because joy doesn't just come from personal achievements, but from the connections and love we share with those around us. Think about a time when you were so engrossed in your work that you overlooked signs that a close friend or family member was struggling. You may have been so focused on your goals that you didn't realize they needed support and encouragement. The relationship gradually becomes distant, and you regret not having time to listen and help when they need you the most. Stoic philosophy and the teachings of Jesus both emphasize that true happiness comes from loving and caring for others. Jesus once said, "Love your neighbor as yourself," reminding us that placing the happiness of others on par with our own is a crucial principle for living a meaningful life. A clear example is within a family where parents focus too much on work and spend little time with their children. The children may feel neglected, affecting their psychological and emotional development. Conversely, when parents take the time to listen, support, and participate in their children's lives, the whole family becomes more connected, bringing joy and happiness to everyone. Caring about the happiness of others doesn't necessarily require grand gestures. Sometimes, just a simple inquiry, a hug, or a heartfelt conversation can make a significant difference. These small but sincere actions make others feel loved and valued, and give us a profound sense of satisfaction and meaning. Finally, remember that happiness is not something we can achieve alone. It is shared and multiplied when we care for others. Don't let yourself be swept into the vortex of selfishness and forget those around you. By putting the happiness of others first, you not only help them but also find true happiness and meaning for yourself. Start with small acts, and you'll find your life more prosperous and fuller. Conclusion: by exploring these 10 hidden habits that may weaken us, we realize that our daily actions and thoughts significantly impact our lives and growth potential. From procrastination, negative self-talk, avoiding challenges, excessive materialism, and seeking external validation, to being unable to control negative emotions, dwelling on past mistakes, ignoring others' happiness, lacking clear goals, and ultimately lacking personal discipline. These are all barriers that prevent us from living a vital and meaningful life. However, the vital thing to remember is that no habit is unchangeable. With determination and proper awareness, we can fully overcome these barriers, step by step, to become the best version of ourselves. Remember, change doesn't come from grand gestures, but begins with small steps, changes in mindset, and daily habits. Start today. Take the time to reflect on your habits, identify your weaknesses, and commit to taking action to change. Every day, take one small step towards self-improvement, focusing on building a life of meaning and confidence. With patience and determination, you will see that negative habits gradually get replaced by strong and positive living principles, bringing you strength and inner peace. Life is an endless journey of growth. Embrace the challenges, love, and trust yourself, and live each day with confidence and a will to rise. Act today to create the desired change, a life of strength, meaning, and inspiration.